49ers faithful. We've got a ton of updates coming your way today, diving deep into everything happening with our San Francisco 49ers as they gear up for this crucial playoff matchup against the Philadelphia Eagles. It's been a hectic week for the team, and there's plenty to unpack, from key roster moves to injury updates, coaching news, and what this all means for the team heading into the postseason. Let's start with some big news regarding the linebacker position, which has been a major concern for the Niners as we head into this high-stakes game. San Francisco recently signed linebacker Kaiser White, a move that was absolutely necessary given the current state of the roster. The team has been hit hard by injuries at the linebacker spot, and prior to this signing, there wasn't a single fully healthy linebacker from the original 53-man roster available. Fred Warner remains on injured reserve, and Dwighters suffered an ankle injury against Seattle that will keep him sidelined. Tatum Bethune is dealing with a groin injury that likely requires surgery, putting him out for the rest of the season. Nick Martin is still recovering from concussion symptoms, and Luke Ford injured his quadriceps, further depleting the group. With Curtis Robinson and Eric Kendrick stepping in to start, the addition of White is a critical reinforcement to maintain stability in the middle of the defense. Kaiser White's NFL career has been notable for his productivity and consistent tackling. Drafted in the 4th round by the Chargers out of West Virginia in 2018, he took a few years to fully establish himself, but became a key player by 2021, recording over 100 tackles with Los Angeles. He later joined the Eagles, starting for the team that reached the Super Bowl and defeated the Niners in the NFC Championship game. After following Jonathan Gannon to Arizona, White continued to perform at a high level, registering 90 tackles in 2023 and 137 the year before. At 29 years old, he brings both experience and leadership to a 49ers defense that has been stretched thin. The timing of this move is crucial because the Eagles' offensive scheme has the potential to exploit these injuries. Philadelphia's offensive line remains a physically dominant unit, capable of controlling the line of scrimmage and opening lanes for Saquon Barkley, who still managed to rush for over 1,000 yards this season. In addition, the Eagles' passing game targets the middle of the field, where San Francisco's linebackers will need to hold firm. Tight end Dallas Goedert has proven to be a dual threat, able to block effectively while remaining a reliable pass-catching option, finishing with 11 touchdowns this season. Quarterback Jalen Hurts has excelled on crossing routes, completing 32 of 38 attempts, highlighting how the Eagles will likely attempt to challenge the depleted linebacking core. Turning attention away from the 49ers for a moment, there's notable coaching news across the league. The Arizona Cardinals have requested to interview Robert Saleh for their now-vacant head coaching position after parting ways with Jonathan Gannon. Gannon, who led Arizona to 15 wins over 3 seasons, encountered a tough stretch this year after a promising 2-0 start, suffering multiple losses due to last-minute plays and a host of injuries that plagued the roster. While Saleh brings a respected defensive mind to the table, many analysts suggest that a team like the Cardinals may not offer the organizational stability and quarterback situation conducive to his success. A team with a solid foundation, consistent ownership, and an elite quarterback might be a better fit, allowing him to build on a defense in need of rejuvenation while maintaining competitive consistency. Back to the Eagles-Niners matchup, there's an interesting dynamic between the coaching staffs, highlighting mutual respect despite the high stakes. Vic Fangio, former defensive coordinator under Jim Harbaugh, continues to maintain a strong relationship with Kyle Shanahan, reflecting the deep history and shared understanding between these two coaches. This connection speaks volumes about the professionalism and strategic preparation each team brings to the table. Fangio praised the intricacy of Shanahan's offensive design, noting how all motions and plays are executed with purpose, creating a cohesive and effective system. Running back Christian McCaffrey remains a central figure, operating alongside a capable group of wide receivers and tight end George Kittle, ensuring the Niners maintain a balanced and dangerous offensive attack. San Francisco's performance in recent seasons under Shanahan has solidified their reputation as one of the league's top organizations. Although their last Super Bowl win came decades ago, the team has consistently reached NFC championship games, demonstrating both sustained success and strong coaching leadership. Meanwhile, the Eagles have also shown a remarkable level of consistency, frequently reaching the later stages of the postseason and building a culture of competitiveness. When these two franchises meet, it's not just a game on the field. It's a clash between two of the NFL's most respected and accomplished organizations, each bringing championship pedigrees and highly developed systems to the matchup. Considering all of these factors, the Niners enter this playoff game with both challenges and opportunities. The linebacker additions and roster adjustments are key to maintaining defensive integrity against a physically imposing Eagles offense. At the same time, the coaching chess match between Shanahan and Fangio adds an extra layer of intrigue, as each side leverages experience, strategy, and player talent to gain an edge. Fans can expect a game that tests depth, resilience, and execution, with the Niners needing to overcome injury setbacks while capitalizing on strategic matchups. Every tackle, every route, and every adjustment will carry significant weight in determining which team gains momentum early and can sustain it through 4 quarters. The injury situation, especially at linebacker, will be critical to monitor. San Francisco's ability to adjust and integrate Kaiser White, alongside Curtis Robinson and Eric Kendricks, will directly influence how well they can limit the Eagles' ground game and protect the middle of the field against tight end and crossing route plays. Defensive alignment, communication, and individual performance will all be under the microscope, as Philadelphia's offense can target any weakness they observe. The intensity of playoff football magnifies these factors, meaning that both execution and mental preparation are as vital as physical readiness. Meanwhile, the historical context of both franchises adds an additional layer of narrative to this matchup. The 49ers dominated the league in the 80s and early 90s, setting a high bar for excellence, while recent years have seen the team maintain strong postseason appearances. The Eagles, though they have fewer Super Bowl victories, have been remarkably consistent in playoff contention and have built a culture that emphasizes winning, resilience, and preparation. When these two storied teams meet, it's a showcase not just of individual talent, but also of organizational excellence, highlighting decades of strategy, player development, and leadership. As the Niners prepare for this showdown, attention will also focus on individual matchups and how each player executes within the game plan. The Eagles' ability to exploit the middle of the field, paired with San Francisco's need to stabilize the linebacker position, sets up a critical strategic battle. Linebacker performance will likely determine how effectively the Niners can disrupt both the run and the passing game, especially against tight ends like Goddard and versatile running backs like Barkley. Defensive reads, coverage adjustments, and gap discipline will all be pivotal, while offensive execution must capitalize on opportunities created by the Eagles' defensive tendencies. Continuing with the Niners and Eagles matchup, one of the most fascinating aspects is the chess match that will unfold between Kyle Shanahan's offense and Vic Fangio's defense. Both coaches are seasoned veterans with deep knowledge of the game, and this will be a battle of adjustments as much as execution. Shanahan's offense thrives on motion, timing, and precision. Every play is designed with multiple options, and he constantly looks for mismatches and opportunities to exploit defensive tendencies. Brock Purdy, operating in the quarterback role, has shown remarkable poise and decision-making throughout the season, distributing the ball efficiently while reading defenses quickly. His connection with Christian McCaffrey in the backfield provides not only a reliable rushing threat, but also versatility in passing situations, which forces linebackers and safeties to make tough choices in coverage. McCaffrey's ability to catch out of the backfield and create space is particularly critical against a defense like Philadelphia's, which has performed admirably all season. Fangio's unit is disciplined, structured, and capable of disguising coverages in ways that can confuse opposing quarterbacks. He emphasizes gap integrity and smart tackling, which will be vital for limiting explosive plays and controlling the line of scrimmage. With the Niners' linebacker core facing a steep challenge, integrating Kaiser White effectively into the scheme will be essential. White's experience and ability to read plays can stabilize a group that has been inconsistent due to injuries. If he can anticipate the Eagles' movements and communicate adjustments, it could make the difference between a controlled defensive performance and giving up critical yardage in the middle of the field. On the offensive side, the 49ers also rely heavily on their tight end, George Kittle. Kittle remains a cornerstone of the passing game, capable of creating mismatches with both linebackers and safeties. His dual-threat ability as a blocker and receiver allows Shanahan to design plays that manipulate defensive alignment, opening lanes for both Purdy and McCaffrey. San Francisco's offensive line, although tested with injuries throughout the season, has performed at a high level when healthy, providing protection and creating space for rushing attempts. The balance between run and pass will be pivotal, as the Eagles' defense is particularly strong against predictable plays, but can be vulnerable to creative schemes that exploit their alignment and coverage tendencies. Looking at Philadelphia, the Eagles present a multidimensional challenge. Saquon Barkley continues to be the focal point of the ground attack, running behind a physically imposing line that can dominate the line of scrimmage. The effectiveness of Barkley and the offensive line will be amplified if the Eagles can target the Niners' weakened linebacker group, exploiting gaps created by injuries. In the passing game, the combination of A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith offers explosive potential, while Dallas Goedert continues to excel in both blocking and route running. Quarterback Jalen Hurts' exceptional accuracy on crossing routes adds another layer of complexity, forcing San Francisco to account for multiple options simultaneously. This multifaceted attack means that the Niners' defense must communicate flawlessly, stay disciplined in coverage, and make precise tackles to prevent explosive plays. From a historical perspective, this matchup is rich with storylines. The Niners' dominance in the 80s and early 90s established a winning culture that still resonates today. Under Shanahan, the team has consistently reached NFC championship games, maintaining a standard of excellence. Conversely, the Eagles have built a modern powerhouse, consistently competing at a high level and achieving sustained postseason success. Both organizations bring stability, culture, and strategic sophistication to the table. The clash of these two well-run franchises elevates the game beyond individual talent, highlighting the importance of preparation, in-game adjustments, and the mental toughness required for playoff football. Another critical component of this matchup is special teams and situational football. Field position, third down conversions, red zone efficiency, and turnover avoidance can be decisive in games this close. San Francisco's unit has historically been reliable in these areas, but any lapse could shift momentum to Philadelphia. The Eagles are capable of exploiting small mistakes, especially against a team dealing with recent injuries at key positions. Each coach will emphasize attention to detail, ensuring that players are aligned, assignments are clear, and focus is maintained for all 55 minutes of play. In a game of this magnitude, minor errors can become the difference between a victory and elimination. The mental preparation of the players is equally important. The 49ers have faced adversity all season with injuries and roster challenges, which has forged resilience and adaptability. The integration of new players like Kaiser White will test the team's chemistry, communication, and trust on the field. The ability of veteran players to guide newcomers, maintain focus, and execute under pressure will be central to San Francisco's success. Every linebacker, safety, and defensive back must anticipate plays, adjust on the fly, and perform at peak levels to counteract the Eagles' offensive versatility. On the offensive side, Purdy must maintain composure, make smart reads, and deliver accurate passes while exploiting mismatches created by Shanahan's scheme. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers around the league are growing louder, and the name echoing through NFL circles is Amari Cooper. The San Francisco 49ers, already known for their creative offense and relentless pursuit of versatility, are rumored to be exploring a move that could reshape the balance of power in the NFC. While nothing is official, the idea of Cooper wearing red and gold has sparked intense debate among executives, analysts, and fans alike. The speculation centers on San Francisco's desire to further dominate the intermediate areas of the field, a space where timing, precision, and route intelligence are crucial. Cooper has long been viewed as one of the league's most refined route runners, capable of dissecting zone coverage and creating separation in tight windows. For an offense that thrives on rhythm and yards after the catch, his skill set appears almost tailor-made. Insiders suggest that the 49ers see him as more than just another wide receiver, but as a chess piece who could manipulate defenses and open space for everyone else. There's also talk that this potential move would signal a strategic shift. Rather than relying solely on scheme and versatility, San Francisco may be considering adding a proven, high IQ receiver to serve as a stabilizing presence in critical moments. Cooper's experience navigating complex defensive looks could provide a reliable option over the middle, especially when opponents stack the box or focus on limiting explosive plays. Skeptics, however, question the financial and locker room implications. The 49ers are known for carefully managing their roster balance, and integrating a high-profile receiver would require precise planning. Yet supporters of the idea argue that Cooper's professionalism and quiet leadership would fit seamlessly into the team's culture, enhancing rather than disrupting the existing core. For now, it remains a rumor, one fueled by league chatter and strategic logic rather than official confirmation. Still, the possibility alone is enough to ignite imaginations. If San Francisco truly is positioning itself to bring in Amari Cooper, it may be signaling an aggressive intent to control the middle of the field and dictate terms to opposing defenses in the battles ahead. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.